Hello TLC Town and Team One Blogosphere. Again, this is Lady Nick coming to you as your social media red guide. Well, I actually debated about doing this update before the holidays in 2015, but I know as a former choreographer, dancer, and also production assistant, we have a lot of challenges that we deal with during the holidays. So I thought hopefully in doing this in 2015 you gain some insight and perspective how to plan your day, and as well how to manage your business affairs according to paper and planner therapy. So let's get started. One thing I do want to note is I have a previous video that I did about this planner. When I first started, it was huge, big, too big for me to carry around, but I never waste anything that comes into the office. I always put it to great use because we have a lot of things that we want to pay forward on and bless our future entrepreneurs, our subcorps, So one thing I did was I found some tabs in an old bin and I repurposed them for this planner so I can start dividing up some of the things that I design and plan. You've seen them featured either in Pinterest or on our Facebook page. We've done a Tumblr feed. So throughout and about on social media, we feature the DayRunner as definitely this size is a portfolio, I think, but it's a dreamer size version, and I love to dream and plan, but eventually you got to get to a point where you have to implement stuff. So hopefully next year can bring about some things that we start posting in the bookstore. Okay, so let me just do a flip through. A lot of this is stuff that I found I can't even think through, but let's flip through together. But I don't think I purchased anything new, except for we did find a filter for this pen. Let me get it into shot here. This fountain pen was gifted to me, and the ink ran out, so we had to fill it with a Pilot G2 pen. It writes amazing. So I will get back to journaling in 2016 using this pen. Probably I'll use it for one book July. Let's see if I don't find something that's even better, and flows easier. If this pen runs out before then, I might just refill it with another one or just select a new pen. And it fits directly into this pen loop. Sorry if it's out of focus, but because this is such a big planner, I just had to deal with some issues that you won't see everything. Let me see. There you are. There's the pin loop. And it is leather, so if I find a pin that's bigger than that, it's pretty much not going to fit in that loop. So I had to be particular about which pin that I'm posting in here. Okay, so weight paper is probably close to 100 pounds, that I found. I'm using it as a divider / dashboard. And my notepads, if you watched my other update plan for planners, is I love using these for production notes and as well as meeting notes. So they're coming in a lot. They're usually not used or put over to the side, but this year I'm dedicating myself to definitely using what I have in stock. So I'm calling it #ShopTheStash. So you're going to be seeing a lot of that in my video posts. Okay, and I think I mentioned before that I still do a lot of card designing, stationery designing. This is an example of a color theme that I want to use for 2016. My day timer has like the first 3 months, it has a blue, so I'm going to use a silver, background for it. So I wanted to keep this as a reminder. So Inkwell Press Planner has free downloadables, printables. Yeah, downloadable files, if that's a such word. So what I did was, since they have a 2x2 frame and it happens to be 12 fits on one sheet, I thought each sheet would represent a different post-it note that I would design, and also to keep me on track of what I wanted to do each month. Not necessarily from January to December, but like there's 12 points of what I want to highlight for the new year. So that's going to be pretty exciting on the production aspect. Okay, and I also had to go into Word and just print a table, because a lot of the graph paper that I find, the lines are too narrow for me. So as I said before, I love my handwriting, but it's kind of chunky. So I had to print a paper that was specifically for my type of handwriting, so I could feel comfortable not only journaling, but planning out my days in production agenda. So this is the one that really excited me, because one of the things I'm focusing on this year is a Caribbean theme. You know, a part of my family is from the Caribbean, and also we live in the U.S., and we operate TOC Town from Illinois. You know, so if you've ever been to Chicago, you know that we have multiple communities where we could take a train ride, or, you know, even a cab ride or a long walk into different cultures in and around and about the city. So what I'm doing here is highlighting different things that I want to remember to take in perspective. So I have the post-it notes here, you know, and this reminded me of I can't think of her name right now, Surviving Beauty 2. One thing I wanted to highlight for this section is that she does makeup for different complexion women, from light complexion all the way, you know, to a darker brown skin complexion. I was thinking during her episodes, I was like, man, if she had one of these in her, if she does paper planning, I don't know, but if she does, and if you're a makeup artist, one thing is, like, let's say you put the name of the client here and what complexion they are, so you remember what kind of makeup to carry for that artist or bride that you have to put the makeup on for. And this, of course, I don't know if you can see this, but this was another free download that I cut up. But pretty much for me as a designer, you know, a lot of times I'm trying in the paint store to match certain colors. So what I did here was, even though I may have not selected which color I wanted to use, but I put the strip down so that here I can make notes of, okay, is this going in the bedroom? Is this going in the dining room? You know, or even are we going adventurous, you know, in the bathroom or a separate office? So a lot of this is a reminder for me to definitely talk about, as well as to highlight not only during my video tapings, but also in front of a client. I want to remember what to say, when to say, and how I want to present it. Okay, another free download from Inkwell Press Planner. I didn't get a chance to buy one, guys, so maybe in 2016. And I have this kind of paper, which was 110-pound paper I found years ago on sale and grabbed it, you know, for someone else, and they never wanted it, so I decided to keep it on stock. And at that time, printers couldn't print on this type of paper without it getting stuck. So what does it do? Sit in the box waiting for its proper use. So thankfully, when I found it as I was doing inventory, I decided, you know what, I'm going to start creating mock Inkwell Press Planner pages. So guess what? It fit through the printer and printed out all of this, and then I just filled it in with some of the journaling that we do in Pen Pal Revolution. Okay. This is another color theme that I was mentioning, you know, blue. And then I used the Mommy Lay stamps and also Studio L2E to create my own post-it notes. And also, you know, the hexagon, I decided to, you know, theme it, organizing and planning, you know, if it was going to be a beauty blog or are we going to have a tech blog. We have a lot of blogs coming up, you know, or podcasts coming up for 2016, so I want to get my mind wrapped around what kind of questions I need to ask them, so that involves research. You know, post-it notes. And also DayDesigner has free printables. You know, all these major companies, they have free printables, but there was a discussion about the paper quality in the DayDesigner, which was, I am of, I love quality paper, and I am a stickler for, if something bleeds through, I don't want to use it in my planner, and it's bleeding on to the next page. You're kind of leery of not only stamping, but putting your precious words down and using it as, probably a smash book or even a scrapbook. So I'm a stickler for, quality paper. So I decided to print it on that same 110-pound paper. It came out great. Got to work on the stamping. But, I recently read on a post that they updated some of the quality of their paper, but the price point on it is still kind of too expensive for me, at least, at this moment. So I said I'm going to hold off deciding whether or not that's going to be my 2017-2018 daily planner. But I love the list, style of it. Okay, last but not least, here I tried a color theme, the blues and the browns of the Caribbean, the sand, the water, the sky. If you haven't traveled to the Caribbean, I'm a certified travel agent, not to do a shameless plug for our community, but, one thing that we do is convince our people to travel, to see the sights for themselves and take note of it. A lot of it is very therapeutic, and definitely journal while you're out there. So a lot of it will bring back memories that, you may need a restorative season where, in business you have lulls as well as highs. So if you're going through a lull right now, one of the best solutions may be to just travel around and about. If you need to, our site is available for you to prep, pack, and book. So just wanted to mention that. And thank you in advance for your support. Okay, these are blank pages, which I just put a post-it note on it to remind me which month I was going to use it for in 2016. So there's a lot of resources available, not just on Inkwell Press Planner, but also Pinterest is the best place where we collaborate for the Team One blogosphere. So I recommend, that site for, linking up with other planners, and other people that use these as professional, platforms for their business. There's a lot of serious planners out there, and I'm looking forward to, not only contributing my project management experience, but also receiving from other people that are just in the artisan community and how they, use their planners for therapy and as well as professional, entrepreneurs. Okay, there's a divider. And I think that is about it. The rest of this stuff is just pretty much me in the graph paper. For November we did a daily vlog, which we created an event page for on Facebook. But I haven't been diligent in keeping up the writing for this. So that's why I was like, we're going to flip through this real fast. So that's pretty much it, and I divided out the month, which I'm going to use these and redecorate them. Hopefully I'm going to pick up some stamps. One thing I love about the Sweet Stamp Shop is not only that they're located in the US, but I love their script font that they have for their stamps. Okay, and the rest of it is just, a week at a glance, which I'm going to be designing something new for that for our next few seasons. There's tons. And also this I saw on AK Caribou, I think her YouTube name is, and also on My Purpley Life, is they use these address book sections for, like, as a legitimate filing. And one of, I think, My Purpley Life uses this for pen testing, but AK Caribou actually uses this for, you know, a filing system. And what I thought about was the different places that I recommend that you travel out and about to, that I was going to list the place, you know, have all the information ready, so once someone asks me for it or requests, it's already written down. I don't have to search through my, you know, files on my phone, or, you know, did I put it on my laptop, where to put it? Nope, it's in a central location in the phone book. Okay, I hope this has been some assistance to you. I had to empty out this, you know, one more note. I had to empty out some of the stuff in the back because it was getting too bulky. You know, these are just forever stamps that I'm going to be using while I do my Pen Pal Revolution and some sheets. So I hope this has been of assistance to you, whether you're listening to this in 2015 and 2016. I pray that you're prospering and your soul prospers, you know, that you stick to the Word as your foundation, and definitely allow it to heal, you know, your thoughts throughout your journey. Don't give up and don't quit. I'm pulling for you. God bless. Bye.